Today we are reading History of the Xianzhou Errata, a collection of original histories from the Xianzhou Alliance and an important footnote to the evolution of the Alliance. History of the Xianzhou, Three Sufferings, Fragmented, Volume 1, Year 2605 Star Calendar. At the end of the year, the Luofu introduced its Yellow Jacket Census and Almanac, advising of all death revitalizations on Xianzhou for this year. Year 2606 Star Calendar. In July, the Xianzhou fleet sailed into the Comet-Ferrel star system. Year 2607 Star Calendar. In April, homeostasis was completely paralyzed in 3 of the Shuling delves, delivering catastrophic flooding, mass deaths, and uncountable losses. The Shuling nobles ordered grain transfer and open state coffers for the rescue effort. Each Xianzhou dispatched reinforcements, and a new lease on life was won. In December, the Yaoqing, the Zhuming, and the Fenghu all introduced their own Yellow Jacket Census and Almanacs advising of all death revitalizations on Xianzhou for this year. Year 2608 Star Calendar. No major incidents this year. Year 2609 Star Calendar. At the end of the year, the Yuchui and the Yuan Chao and the Chengche and the Shuling all introduced their own Yellow Jacket Census and Almanacs, advising of all death revitalizations on the Xianzhou for this year. Year 2610 Star Calendar. In June, the Luofu held a celebration in search of endless lifespans, granting amnesties and reveling in wine for 30 days. Each Xianzhou dispatched delegations to celebrate together. Year 3061 Star Calendar. In May, the course rioted on the Yuchui and was suppressed by nobility. Year 3062 Star Calendar. In April, the Yuan Chao course rebelled, and the nobles suppressed them. In July, the Yuchui course rebelled, and the nobles suppressed them. Year 3063 Star Calendar. In August, a businessman was assassinated aboard the Yaoqing, plunging everyone into turmoil. In November, the course rebelled again, attacking and killing elites. Troops later quelled the riot. Year 3198 Star Calendar. In February, the Xianzhou fleet was embroiled in chaos. The course master messaged each ship in denouncement. The venerable have long feasted on their blessings of abundance, holding the balance of power and enjoying exclusive wealth with their long life, high status, hearty meals, and secret ways. And you view us coarse and young as worse than animals. You suffer from Mara, and the whole world is riven by chaos and disaster. You righteous ones should not sit there doing nothing, but instead rise up to effect radical reform for the good of all peoples. So they launched an assault on the Zhuming, holing up in a delve with an expeditionary force to fight against the nobles. Each Xianzhou was shaken to the core, and as more reinforcements arrived, the situation grew worrying. History of the Xianzhou Three Sufferings, Fragmented, Volume 2, Year 3287 Star Calendar. In November, the Xianzhou Yuan Chao was destroyed during the Civil War, plunging the world into mournful sorrow. With both sides in bereavement, a ceasefire was reached. In December, the remaining Arumatons revolted, slaughtering the course and the venerable discriminately in volumes never seen again. Year 3288 Star Calendar. In February, both sides joined forces to defeat the Arumatons and dispatched envoys to negotiate peace. A peace agreement was reached in April, and military affairs were curtailed. Troops were reorganized to defeat the Arumatons. Year 3290 Star Calendar. In May, Zhige, the master primus of the Arumaton, led a force of brave fighters aboard the Yaoqing. The combined forces teamed up and launched an offensive operation, smashing them to smithereens. Year 3292 Star Calendar. In July, all the homeless Arumatons were herded into the arsenal and dealt with. This suppression marks the end of the Arumaton Rebellion. Year 3294 Star Calendar. By September, a century of internecine strife had engulfed the Xianzhou fleet. Families were riven asunder, and lives were laid waste. A plan was thus hatched to curb the military and let the people rest. Since the endowment of the abundance and the eradication of death, industries could hardly meet the important needs of raising the long-life species. Year 3300 Star Calendar. In August, the Xianzhou fleet together drafted the Treaty of Harmony, defining laws and punishments, promoting loyalty and supporting the needy. Order was gradually restored, just as in the legend of the Great Unification during the primeval Imperium days. A policy on reproduction and settlements was also drafted, allowing any of the 7 ships to settle on fertile planets unpopulated by short-life species to build self-sustaining colonies. Summary of the Chronicles of the Skyfaring Commission, 3287 Star Calendar, Volume 3. Date, November 21st, Year, 3287 Star Calendar, Volume 3, Vessel Number, Caladrius 1. Tag, Flyship, Combat Record, Xianzhou Yuan Chao, Civil War, Voice Transcription. 3287, 1121, 1401, Caladrius 1. Calling Astrum. The system space I'm located in is all clear, with obvious stellar wind currents. No other celestial objects are within visual distance except a red giant star. 3287, 1121, 1402, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. Received. No other flight activity has been detected in your system space. Stellar winds may cause temporary loss of communications. Please steer clear of turbulence and ensure flight stability. 3287, 1121, 1402, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. You're approaching the Yuan Chao now. Prepare to contact the Yuan Chao on the channel 351.017. Do you need a space tug? 3287, 1121, Caladrius 1. No, thank you. Passing through the system space from left to right. 3287, 1121, 1527, Caladrius 1. Target location achieved. No response from the Yuan Chao. Repeat, no response from the Yuan Chao. 3287, 1121, 1529, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. Heavy sigh. Darn it. Crackle. To heck. I thought it was true. Long crackling of white noise. 3287, 1121, 1534, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. Calling Caladrius 1. Please report in about the Yuan Chao's damages. 3287, 1121, 1535, Caladrius 1. Sigh. It's very, very bad. 3287, 1121, 1536, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. Please give details. Long crackling of white noise. 3287, 1121, 1540, Caladrius 1. Heavy sigh. I crackle. Had enough. You know they're beyond hope. Isn't that guy who escaped an old crackle enough for you? 3287, 1121, 1541, Caladrius 1. Silence. The exterior of the Yuan Chao looks fine, but they couldn't have survived. Their engines stalled and are drifting toward the red giant star. Long crackling of white noise. 3287, 1121, 1545, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. We could have saved them, just by establishing this line of communication. Half an hour is good enough, crackle. 3287, 1121, 1546, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. How on earth did things, intense crackle, come to this? How did things get to this intense crackle point? 3287, 1121, 1547, Caladrius 1. Long silence. It's all because of the cursed abundance. Gee, what a blessing longevity turned out to be. 3287, 1121, 1550, the Liu Fu Palace of Astrum HQ. Long silence. It's all because of the intense crackle wars and the intense crackle power. Long crackling of white noise. 2287, 1121, 1629, Caladrius 1. Calling Astrum. The Yuan Chao has disappeared from line of sight toward a position of 12 o'clock and into the red giant star. 3287, 1121, 1630, Caladrius 1. Heavy sighing. The Yuan Chao is now confirmed as missing. Xianzhou Alliance Declaration, a preface. Digital rubbing. We, the people of the Xianzhou, hereby pledge to pass this resolution. To save future generations from war and bloody dispute. To rid the world of suffering and safeguard equally the dignity and sacred rights of all people. To reaffirm an appeal to justice and magnanimity. To forsake plunder, suppression, exploitation, and torture. To revert to immortality, eradicate the ambition of a deathless doom, we shall not rest. Round-the-clock diligence is hereby implemented. Restart the watchful sleep. Rotating shifts is to be disbanded afterward to avoid officialdom. Build the Cloud Knights to maintain the peace, cleanse all crimes, and defend the 7 ships. Form the 10 Lords Commission, keep night vigils, punish criminals, and hold evil accountable. Initiate the 6 Charioteers, respect meritocracy, revere governance, and defend the Alliance. This informs the world that, from Rainbow to the 10 Lords, above lie vast and remote galaxies, and below lie martyrs sacrificed to the 3 sufferings. So we hereby pledge. Thus, the 7 ships gathered with the Shu Ling messenger to authenticate, share content, and review the details. This declaration is the final product, hereby creating the Xianzhou Alliance.